Oh, wow, 2025 was wild. Okay, but I am ready for 2026. Can't be as bad as 2025. We kidnapped Maduro, the Venezuelan president. Okay, rough start, but that president was super corrupt, so that's a good thing. Huge protests in Iran. The government's going to take away their internet, all because they don't want their women to be educated or show hair. It's not even... what? We're also going to fight for Greenland and get scary close to World War III for it. Psych, that was just a scare tactic so we can get better negotiations for mineral rights. We almost went to World War III for some rocks. It's not even... it hasn't even been 2 weeks. Martin Luther King Jr. was gay. Very gay. Really? Helen Keller was a fraud, and people still mistake Anne Frank with Helen Keller for some reason. What? That last one don't even make any sense. There's going to be a winter storm so cold that it's going to make trees explode. Literally explode.
Oh my goodness, when I tell y'all I have been going through it because I had to drive through Texas today, and Texas ass don't know how to act when they get a little bit of snow. Texas will get an inch of snow and shut down everything. Freeways, highways, everything, stores, truck stops. It don't make no sense. They don't even get snow for that long. It makes no sense why anything is shut down and why everybody is driving 30 miles an hour. Not in this video. This video is the East Coast where everybody knows how to drive, right? Texas, on average, is like 200 miles an hour. Okay, the cop is going 200 miles an hour. The regular people are going 145 miles an hour. The homeless man in a basket next to me is going about 90 miles an hour. Okay, Texas is over here driving 30 miles an hour on clear, dry roads just because there is snow in the grass. They got a little bit of ice on one lane. One lane is completely clear, absolutely dry. Not a speckle, speechle of snow right there. And they are driving 30 miles an hour. I had to risk life and death to go drive into the icy lane, across the ice, in a semi-truck to go around the drivers. I was ready to murder everybody on the road today, y'all. That was just ridiculous. We're talking about the state where people in traffic will get so annoyed they will drive across the dividers to get to the other side to get out of traffic. Okay, this is on average. I seen cops do it. I seen semi trucks do it. This is just a well-known fact. If you are in traffic in Texas, you are not in traffic. You drive across to the other side. Fuck borders, brick walls. But if your car can get over to the other side, you do it. And y'all got the audacity to drive like you are going through a school zone because there is snow in the grass. Don't nobody got time for this. Let's get into it. So in this video, I want to talk about the ups and downs of being a FATxotical. So I know we talk a lot about pretty privilege, thin privilege, and all those types of things, but I've been big, I've been small, I've been big, I've been small. This is something that I've went through basically my entire life. I lose weight, I get lazy, I get fat. This is just the circle of life for me. So I want to talk about the things that I kind of noticed and realized. Privileges I may have lost or gained, and different experiences I've had with gaining weight and losing weight, and what I kind of noticed was the major key differences. So the first thing that I noticed is I feel like there are a lot more unambiguous women and a lot of people who partake in monocultural Black culture flocking to me when I'm overweight, right? I feel like when I'm in shape and I'm kind of just doing my own thing, being my cute little bougie self, I get way less of them talking to me. I always know when I'm gaining weight too, because I also get a lot more Black guys who try to talk to me. And I'm just like, damn, I didn't got fat. But, yeah, so I'll give you a couple of examples about that. So one time there was this girl, she had been asking me to hang out for forever. She was an old coworker. She was thin, but she was, a dark-skinned, unambiguous woman. And she kept asking me to go to the club. I'm not a club person. I'm more of like a bar, a pool hall type of person, like literally anything else, because I don't really dance that much. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm not doing anything. I'll go to the club. I get ready to go to the club and I'm asking her like, oh, what are you wearing? Right. And she was like, I want to go to this club. And I noticed she picked out a club I think that she thought that I would like because it was more of like a rocker looking club. And I am a big titty goth girl, so I was like, oh, okay, this is decent. And I was trying to ask her what was she wearing because, that way we can like match up. Because if she was going to wear jeans, I was going to wear jeans. If she was wearing a skirt, I was going to wear a skirt. So I had on like a cute little skirt that was just like right above the knee. I never go thigh. Um I had on like a nice, I don't know what they're called. I guess it's called like an A-line top where the boobs are all pushed up and pressed out. And then at the tummy part, it flares out. And then I had on like some cute little stilettos. And I took a picture of my outfit and I sent it over to her. I was like, I'm wearing this. And she was like, oh no, I'm going to wear jeans. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll switch into jeans then. So instead I put on like some Doc Martens, some jeans and like a really cute, like little band t-shirt. We get to the club and I asked her, I was like, okay, this is my outfit. And she was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna wear like some jeans and boots too. I kid you not, we get to the club and she's in like a tight ass mini skirt, like a schoolgirl skirt, with super high, thigh high boots, like kind of like Clueless but with thigh high boots, right? And like it wasn't a crop top but it was like showing her tummy a little bit. And then I'm thinking like, okay, but you just said you were wearing jeans. Were you trying to confirm that I wasn't wearing jeans, that way you can wear a better outfit? I really didn't understand it because I'm just like, at this time I was already chubby, so I was like, well, is she thinking that I'm gonna outdo her if I look bad or something like that? I didn't say anything about it, but while we were at the club, she still didn't get any male attention. I was getting all the male attention. And so she started drinking extremely heavy and she ended up getting like sloppy drunk. She ended up throwing herself at, a couple of guys at the club and eventually like I had to carry her out, call an Uber, and it was a whole mess. But I noticed like that's not like my first interaction with something like that. I've noticed sometimes you'll have a lot of unambiguous women or a lot of low self-esteem other fat women who will try to use your beauty and proximity to you um to still get guys. And then when they find out, oh, it's not just because she's fat, she's still gorgeous, she still is very put together, then it's almost like reality sets in and they get angrier than I feel like they would. Like, if you were skinny and you were in shape, they would be like, oh, of course. But when you're out of shape, then they think, oh, I have a chance. And when they find out they still don't, it's almost like the vitriol increases tenfold. Another thing I've noticed is you get a lot more people who want to push off their bad habits onto you. So say you're on a weight loss journey, you're doing great, you're working out, you're doing your Pilates, you're drinking your water, you're drinking your tea, things are going fantastic. There will be people who want to hang out with you and then every 5 minutes they're mentioning they're hungry. Every 5 minutes they're thinking about food. Every 5 minutes they're thinking about some snacks they want to have. And that's just not me. A lot of my weight loss is because I'm super undisciplined when it comes to working out. I will work out, lose weight, and then stop. That is the end of the journey until I can get fat again. And I'm trying to change that. It's a work in progress, but that's how I operate. I'm also not insecure about being fat. It sucks that I can't get certain clothes, but I'm not so into the fatness is just, it doesn't come to mind when I'm going out and about. I'll try to wear certain things that I know that'll be more flattering with my body type. And it is very irritating because you do have to be aware of certain things. Like I wouldn't wear something that showed parts of my arm, or I wouldn't wear something that would be too tight around the tummy because I just think it looks a hot mess. And then I'm short, right? So I don't want to wear something too short where I feel like there's too much of the jiggly thigh showing versus something too long and then it makes me look frumpy and fatter. So there are certain times like that where it's a bit annoying, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not so deep in my head that all I'm thinking about is being fat. Like, I'm just living my life and just doing my own thing. I'm also not the type of person to be insecure or irritated or jealous or pissed off that someone smaller than me is getting attention. I don't think there's ever been a time that I didn't get attention. And I think that's also another thing that a lot of women notice about me. Like, when they want to hang out with me, they think, oh, okay, well, she's fat. She's not going to get attention either. There are some women who think just because you're overweight, you're not going to get attention and you'll both be in the same boat. And that has not been my experience at all. I would say, the type of men that I get has changed with being overweight. Not drastically. It's just you get a lot more BS because there's a lot more guys who are more willing to approach you. They don't feel so insecure to approach you. So you have to weed through that. But there's never not been a time where I haven't got male attention. It's just there. And so other women who aren't used to getting male attention and who don't get hit on, who don't get asked out on dates, who don't have anything to do, they don't get invited anywhere, they'll be jealous of you and they'll be asking you, oh, well, what do you do for this? Or what do you do for that? And I'm just like, I just do my own thing and do what I do. Like, I don't know how to answer that. And they get upset because they feel like you're keeping something from them. Another thing I noticed is like the guys that I talk to, they expect me to be way more sassier. And it's almost like when they don't get the sassiness, they're just kind of shell shocked, I guess you can say. They expect me to be, I don't know, meaner. I don't know if this is a thing. Are fat women mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of guys who, when we go out and they're just like, oh, I wouldn't do such and such, I don't want you to beat my ass. And I know they're making a joke about it, but it almost seems like they're expecting to be abused because I'm overweight. And I'm just like, why would I do that? I don't know. I'm the type of person where if you say something stupid, I don't know how to respond to certain things. I'm just going to stare at you like you're stupid. And so I don't know if they're making a joke. I don't know if they frequently meet fat women who are mean, because from what I see online, fat women are like insecure and crying all the time. So I'm just like, are you guys getting abused by fat women? Like, blink twice. Cause I have heard women say they don't like being friends with fat women because fat women are mean. And I'm just like, really? I thought fat people were like jolly and funny. So this has been a new experience for me. Well, at least learning what some people think online has been a new experience for me. But yeah, there are guys out there, well, they constantly make these jokes where it's just like, oh, well, I don't want you to beat my ass, or, oh, I know you don't play that. And I'm just like, bro, we just met. You don't know what I don't play about. But that has been my overall experience. In the next video, I'll talk about the categories that I put men into, being thin versus being fat. It took me a minute to kind of get it packed down because when I first gained weight, I was trying to figure out why I got kind of a different option versus when I was fat. And it's not like it's all bad. There are pros and cons with everything. I don't dislike that more men approach me when I'm overweight. I just don't like the BS of them assuming like, oh yeah, she's insecure. She's gonna take this. And then them getting offended when I'm just like, yeah, I still don't want to date you. I'd rather die old and alone with a cat that I'm allergic to before I date you. And then they're just like, oh, how dare you? How dare you deny me? But anyway, let me know what your experience has been if you are a FATxotical and if you've had anything similar to what I've named. And I'll see you in the next one.
I'm here. What is that? A monster? Demon? I don't know, but it's attached and we can't let him out of our sight. What, you asked me to come over here and stare at this thing? Not that. Him. Who is that? Carl. He's somehow gotten this monster attached to him. But I think I figured out a way to get rid of it. And why do I have to stare at Carl? Oh, because Carl likes the Irish goodbye. And the monster's attached to him. So if he's gone, the monster's loose. Okay, so I need to watch Carl because... You got it. Don't let Carl out of your sight. Carl! Do you understand what's happening? Yes. We need you to stay here so the monster... It's... Oh! Carl, stop! Why? The monster will be loose. It's moving around again. Carl, where is it? Carl, tell me where it is. I have a plan. No, your plan is to leave. I got it. A flashlight? Okay, you could at least give it a chance. Where's Carl? Carl! And where's the monster? I don't know. Oh, get the flashlight!